asshole?
Yay! Let's find out. Let's pass judgment on other notes.
Am I the a-hole for selling a family heirloom to pay for my destination wedding? Initial thoughts on the title?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because family heirlooms, I mean, their value is...
It's called an heirloom for a reason.
Yeah. Their value is priceless.
Sentimental.
And it's something that you just can't put a monetary value on.
Mm-hmm.
And people spend ridiculous amounts of money on weddings for one day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
If you don't have the money to spend on the wedding,
and also
then you don't have a big wedding.
A family heirloom, to me, like, if one person is trusted with this heirloom, it's up to them to look after it for the family.
They're a guardian.
So it's a selfish act. It's
it's not your property. You're the guardian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So a-hole is, my thought at
That
this
was
point.
the overall vote.
I'm
Just
not
so
surprised.
you know. But let's
surprised.
hear his justifications. So, my fiance, 38 female, and I, 39 male, are planning to get married this summer. We both want to have quite a lavish wedding at a winery in another state.
Don't we all, mate? Don't we?
Yeah. The two of us agree that it's the most important occasion in our lives, so we should make it as memorable as possible. We both have stable jobs and a good amount of savings, but it's not quite enough for the admittedly ambitious plans we have in our heads.
And save for a bit longer if it's that important.
My father passed away in January, and in his will he left me a very valuable, think 5 figures, family heirloom. I'm not much for big family traditions, so although it's a nice thing to have, I'm not massively attached to it. Oh, I hate him
What
already.
about the rest of the
Yeah,
family?
what about the rest? Give it to another person in the family then.
It just sounds like really insensitive and shallow and materialistic.
I have plenty of other good memories of my father, and I don't need a fancy heirloom to remember him by. My brother, 34 male, however, is a huge history nerd and is really attached to it. He was very upset by my father's decision in the will.
No, I'm not surprised.
The reason it went to me and not to him is it's traditionally been passed to the firstborn son.
Right, okay.
My fiancé and I don't plan to have children, and I think he assumed, therefore, that he or his children would be in line to get it if I were to pass away. Mm-hmm. After some discussion, my wife-to-be and I decided that we would like to sell the heirloom to pay for our wedding. My brother, who is also my best man, was furious when he found out, said he wanted nothing to do with the wedding anymore. He thinks my wife-to-be and I are behaving like spoiled brats. In addition, he's convinced my uncle and cousins not to come to the wedding either. With our parents having passed away, this means that virtually none of my family will attend the wedding, which I'm really upset about. No point paying for a big wedding then, is there?
No.
I think since I legally inherited the heirloom, I can do what I want with it. I think he's just upset because I ruined his expectations of one day inheriting it. But since my uncle and cousins agree with him enough that they're not coming to the wedding, I'm not so sure I'm in the right. Am I the a-hole?
Yes, you are, mate. Of course you're not in the right.
Wow.
But this is the thing. He's obviously looking at it from a legal perspective. Legally,
yes, legally you own it.
You may not have done anything wrong. Morally, however,
you have a moral obligation to look after it.
Yeah.
Give it to your brother.
It's been entrusted to you to look after.
Your father followed the tradition of giving it to the firstborn son.
Yeah, and how many generations has this gone? Like, we don't know the history of the heirloom, but even so.
Yeah.
It's...
Top comment.
Yep.
You're the a-hole.
Yay!
You're being very selfish and short-sighted. Yeah. We both want to have quite a lavish wedding. And in your late 30s, you can't afford that without hocking something important to your family. Yikes.
Yeah.
And someone replied saying, came here to write this too. Once you sell a family heirloom, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, OP, you're the a-hole. My mother had a china cabinet that had been in our family for at least 3 generations. It's passed to the eldest girl in the inheritors family, so will be passed to me when my mum passes. I do not want it. I'm not super sentimental and don't go in for antiques, so I chose to ask my cousin and his wife, who purchased and lived in our grandparents' house, if they would like it. OP, I think it's somewhat telling that you haven't said what the heirloom is, but reference that your brother is a history geek. If this is something that is absolutely one of a kind and unique to your family, selling it would be unforgivable.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any updates or? I mean, has he sold it at this point, or is he just planning?
He's just planning on selling it. Him and his wife to be.
Well, hopefully he saw the light and realised.
I'm just going to check to see. No updates.
Ah.
It's a painting. He's responded. So he said it's a very old painting by a lesser known artist. I don't want to post too many identifying details.
No.
Yeah.
But
Someone said, wow, well, enjoy your wedding, and I really hope it lasts forever, because if it doesn't, you sold off a family heirloom and probably lost your family for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dishonourable, really.
Very, very dishonourable.
And I think honour is so important.
Mm-hmm.
But there we go. Another one?
Yeah, I was just trying to see what he'd replied to there. It looked like he'd replied to, I think he might have deleted it after all. Someone said, what would your father think?
Well, that's it, isn't it?
And it shows that he's replied, but I think he may have deleted it.
He's probably so ashamed. He hadn't even considered what his father would think. Disgraceful.
Oh, it is there.
Oh, it is.
He says, I'm honestly not sure. He and my brother used to geek out over it together a lot, so I could see him being upset. I think he was pretty torn that tradition dictated the heirloom go to me and not my brother, but he was also a very understanding man, so I could see him being okay with it. And someone's just replied, you're a jackass.
Yeah.
Oh my God, OP. Jeez. That was 54 days ago, but there's no update. So hopefully he took everybody's advice.
Yeah, hopefully.
And didn't sell it.
Who wants to be the a-hole? I mean, really?
Well, he is an a-hole.
Well, yeah, but hopefully he will.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, if he hasn't yet sold it,
well, he hadn't
he
then.
He can redeem himself.
Yeah, there's no point paying out for a massive lavish wedding if none of your family are going.
No.
Because you're an arsehole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid all this money for this lavish wedding and
for 10 people.
No one's here.
Yeah.
Although they
just
can
her
use it.
family.
Yeah, they can use it to pay for some witnesses.
Wonderful. Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yes, let's have a little look.